Hi everybody! Welcome to Jess Plays Unheard. This might be the final installment today. I don't know how much more of the game is left, but it doesn't seem like there's that much more. So I feel like this is the finale. I do want to do a little bit of thinking this time, trying to put together the pieces of the five cases we've looked at so far, because some of them are being kind of like, you know, shown over here, you know, like famous brothers and stuff like that. So, you know, I want to think a little bit about that and like what kind of like is tying everything together, because it does seem like all of these cases are related. So I don't know. Oh, it took me all the way back here. Okay. Well, cool. We already know the answer to this. Sick. Sure did. Yay!
Excellent work, Detective. I have just one last question for you. I have just one last question for you. Who are you?
I'm me. Okay. So I said we're over here on this, in this room, because this is the lobby, and this is the room that Maestro and George were in. And I said it was this one, and I was like, we're over here. Alright, so our choices here, we have number 68, so the patient who escaped. Cameron, who was the twin with the drugs in the trunk of his twin brother's car and had him take the fall, who is intended to be the or it seems at least like he's intended to be one of the personalities that Silver Spoon has. There's Mr. Director, who I assume is Larry, who's the culprit from the like case in the theater. Maestro, who's the, I think they called him Claude, was his name. Who they made the character who's, you know, the one who's uh had the painting, and his painting got stolen, and then it's implied in the last case that his painting actually was just stolen, but he came up with this whole like extra narrative about how like, oh, it was his brilliant ideal all along kind of thing. There's Klepp, who is the guy from the um police station bombing, where he steals the phone and has the other guy try and call the phone, and he steals it off of Raven, I think, and that ends up triggering the bomb and kills everybody. There's Tyler, and Tyler, if I remember correctly, was one of the cops, I think, in one of these. Emily was the one who was singing, and she was the one who got murdered by the other actress, if right? Like her name was Emily, right? God, I don't remember. I should have gone back and watched all of the previous videos, but I want to keep this as quote unquote real as possible. So we only have one woman here, aside from possibly number 68. Well, I mean, I guess she could be the detective too. Um, so like, she could be the detective. I think, here's my theory. I think we're patient number 68, and we've been doing the test, quote unquote, of the first four things are, you know, things that happened in the past, or narratives that they came up with or whatever. But then this last one that we just did is one that happened in the future, or is happening now, or is about to happen, and this is some sort of precog, like, God, what is his name? I'm like the sci-fi writer who hates women, but I'm like, that doesn't narrow it down. God, you know who I mean. Scanner Darkly guy. I can't think of his name at the moment, and I'm very embarrassed because one of my exes was like a huge fan of the guy to the point where he was very upset when he died. Oh, man. All right, so let's narrow this down. This lady can be number 68, the detective, or Emily. Presumably, if we're going by this stuff. Um Now we are wait, could we label both of these? Oh, I like how they jitter now. That's a nice touch. Could we both be number 60? No, we can't. Okay. Oh, I don't get to label her. It's just me. Who am I in all of this? I think I'm number 68. It's just my gut feeling. And I assume that that's me because I've escaped and then have come back, and then like there's this like blood on the floor, but it's implied that this isn't the room where the thing happened. I like that I can't, because yeah, this is Jennifer, right? Like because I was confused last time because I was like, oh, she's Jennifer, but then like but if she's Jennifer, then yeah, then I would be number 68, right? And I hit her over the head with the ashtray that we've been seeing this whole time that had the cigarette in it, and there's like blood over here, and so like we're here and we just keep reliving it in this hellish time loop, right? 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 Like who the fuck else would I be? Unless like they're like, oh, you are the detective. Like, nah, it's dumb. I'm number 68.
Okay, number 68. Since you already know you're one of our patients, we'll move forward with your treatment. Here, this pill will help calm and center you.
Oh, I see. So then I get a route here. So I either take the pill, I take the blue pill here, or I take the red pill and commit violence against this woman. That's disturbingly accurate. Okay. So do I want to hit Breathy Jennifer in the head with the ashtray, or do I want to take my pill? We'll go both routes, obviously. But, Alright, let's get the bad, quote-unquote bad end first and see what happens, and then we'll do what we're supposed to do. Unless this is breaking, I don't know. Whatever, we're doing the pills first.
The drugs ain't mine! About that?
My painting has not been lost.
Fuck. Not me. Don't believe them!
So, take the test.
Wake up.
Cool. I got Shade. Alright. Not much to that ending. I guess we'll watch these credits a bit. And then, go and take the actual ending. Can we say no to the test in the beginning? I don't remember. Could we? Or it's like, don't take the test. I'll share some stuff. Like, these are some cool... This is like a cool concept. I think it's neat. Somebody told me who the one voice actor is that I recognize, but like, I don't... None of the things that they mentioned about him was, like... I didn't know any of it. So I must know him from somewhere else. I just have no clue where, you know? And it's bothering me because I can't remember. And it's like, it's funny because like I don't play that many games in English. You would think I'd be able to, well, I mean, yeah. I don't really watch anime in English, so if it's like an anime-based thing, I'm probably not gonna watch it in English. I'll watch it in Japanese. But if it's a game, I usually play it in whatever the original language is, provided it's one that I know. In which case, then I kind of... Like, if it's a Korean game, I can stumble my way through it, but I'll probably play it in Japanese, because it's gonna be like the same. Alright. Cool. Oh, I have select now. Twins, empty frame, Raven, theater, mental hospital. Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna resume again this time and we'll take the other route. Oh, did we not save all of this? Velzen. Can I answer it without picking everybody? Can I? Okay. Let's try that. Oh, come on, man. I got the answers correct. No, that's apparently what happens if you don't get it correct. Alright, so you gotta match everybody.
Hello! Welcome in, officers. How can I...
Alright. Tony. Or James. Or Emily. And our George Maestro. Go over here and do Elliot Spoon. I guess there's going to be more like connections between things explained. Presumably, if I do like the canonical ending, you know what I mean? Right. It's like, what is happening here? Okay, cool. Cool. Yay.
Excellent work, detective.
So yeah, so here's the thing. So it's like, I already know that I'm a patient. I know I'm number 68.
I have just
And so for this one, now I'm gonna, like, clobber Jennifer in the head. Because if you notice, the bloodstain's not there yet. So I'm wondering if, like, this thing
I have just one
exists
question for you.
out of time. I wonder what happens if you pick detective.
Who are you?
We'll try that next time.
Okay, number 68. Since you already know you're one of our patients, we'll move forward with your treatment.
So is the implication supposed to be
this pill will help calm and
I'm
center you.
like me, like the player is number 68? Or what? Alright, sorry Jenny, I gotta hit you in the head with this ashtray, because that is the preordained narrative that I must follow. God, Jenny, you breathe so heavily, what's wrong with you, girl? You got the Rona? I can talk about the Rona because I don't monetize any of these videos. I should say we. Nate and I don't monetize any of these videos, so...
God! Jennifer? What happened to you? Wake up!
Okay, so... Hold up here. I guess zoom and select are the same here. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, no, it did save this time. Okay, cool. So here's my thing. Are you gonna explain
Work, detective.
what happened with everything? Like, I don't always need everything, like, super explained. I just, for this particular one, is the answer supposed to just be we're all mental patients?
I have just one last question for you. Who are you?
Okay, so what if I say I'm the detective this time?
Congratulations, Detective. You passed the final test. By now, you've probably realized the last case was mixed with some of the voices from previous ones. It threw the other testers into a state of deep confusion, but you didn't lose yourself like they did, which means you are now qualified to call yourself a true acoustic detective. Since you've mastered the system, you can take it with you. You never know when it might come in handy. And if you hear any residual voices or auditory hallucinations, I trust you'll master those too. In time. That concludes the exam, Detective. Thank you again for participating. It exceeded all of my expectations. You're free to leave whenever you like.
Okay, but... Alright, okay. So, is the story then that this is a shady government operation, and you're trying to train these special, quote-unquote, acoustic detectives, and you just happen to put the testing site, you just put it in a mental hospital or built a mental hospital around it for all of the failed cases? Is that how it's supposed to go? I mean, I guess that makes sense. I still feel like there should be more to it than that, though. Like the little blurb about the game was like, how do all these cases fit together? And it's just like, is it just that they're random stories that are related to the other various patients? Is that the whole thing? I kind of would have thought that there was like some other like underlying theme, you know, where, because we had the whole thing about like Raven, and then Raven and also Ghost was the same like style of thing. I don't know, maybe there is something else. Alright, bye Jenny! Ooh, look at that door open animation.
Thank you again for participating. It exceeded all of my expectations. You're free to leave whenever you like.
Let me ask you again. Who are you?
Hey, buddy. Come on, it's me.
State your name.
You don't recognize your old pal?
See?
What the hell, Scott? You hurt me. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Ask them the basics.
Picking up a
Said
salad.
he didn't know anything.
Oh, I see, okay. So the whole thing and about the audio hallucinations was... Okay, I get it. So the whole premise of it is that... Okay, so the whole, like, setting you up for the auditory hallucinations thing is, like, you know, here's the cost of being an acoustic detective, is that you can constantly hear things all the time, and it's supposed to be, like, you know, the whole reason why I would never want, like, mind-reading powers, you know, kind of thing, where it's, you can overhear things that you don't necessarily want to overhear, and it's overwhelming and stuff. So, okay, alright, that's kind of interesting. I am a little disappointed. I feel like there was a lot of opportunity here to make the game a little bit longer. I feel like you probably could have had maybe, like, I don't know, I think like 8 cases, 8 to 10 cases would have been a nice, nice number to have of cases. Would have made it feel a little bit more, like, full, you know? The voice acting was interesting. Some of it, a lot of it's kind of a little bit overacted, but it was, like, fun, and a lot of the sameness, like, they ended up tying it back into the story, which I thought was kind of cool. Yeah, it was kind of neat. I like the premise of this. This is really kind of cool, and I wish that there was more to, like, the overarching story, because, like, you go and you go play it, and you're like, oh, it's this sinister thing, and I don't know what's going on, and blah blah blah, and, you know, there's all of that, but the issue that I'm having with it is, like, I just want a little bit more, you know? I mean, I get it, the game is only $10. I can't be that hard on it. But, yeah, it was cool. I think, like I said, I think it just needed a tiny bit more in the way of, like, a few more cases. And I think it needed a little bit more in the way of, like, the overarching story. And I also think, like, the atmosphere could be set a little better. Like, I kept waiting for, like, you know, they're like, oh, game is best, you know, done with headphones. And it's like, oh, ho, 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 I see what you're doing here. But then they don't use it to, like, creep you out and have, like, things. I was really hoping for, like, a, you know, when you hear it kind of thing, you'll shit bricks kind of deal. I honestly don't remember if I bought the DLC. I apparently did not. I mean, maybe I would wanna... Wait, did I buy the DLC? I don't know. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna go see if I actually did get the DLC. Give me a sec. Okay, guys, bad news. I didn't get the DLC because the DLC is only out in Chinese, apparently. And whereas I probably could puzzle out things from Chinese based on my knowledge of Japanese, it doesn't sound like a fun time. So, yeah, if they come out with more DLC and stuff, I'll play that. But yeah, this was like a cool little game. I like that there were like all of these different endings that you could have done. Actually, you know what? I want to try something else real quick here. What if I say I'm like somebody like completely random where I'm like, I'm Emily or some shit like that? I'm curious about what that ending is.
Just one last question for you. I have just one last question for you. Who are you? I'm sorry, Detective, but you've failed the test. I had hoped it wouldn't turn out like this. You were doing quite well at the beginning. But, well, things started to unravel towards the end. It's sadly clear. You don't even know who you are anymore. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's kind of cool that there's like these little like offshoots for the endings and whatnot. But yeah, this game's only a year old, like since it came out in Chinese. So yeah, I'm kind of like interested to see, yeah, if they have any more like DLC and stuff that comes out. I'll probably play that because this was really cool. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And I hope you guys did too. Yeah, I kind of like this sort of like interesting, like, you know, mind-bending puzzle thing. I mean, this one wasn't particularly mind-bending, but you know, it was fun, and you'd have to kind of like pay attention to stuff and sometimes make some logical leaps, like with the painting one, where you're like, all right, I have to assume that the two of them running into each other means that they swapped up their paintings just because based on my knowledge of, you know, fictional tropes. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, I'll probably come back to this, like I said, if there's more DLC that gets released. Not sure what I'm gonna play next. I have a couple of things that I'm gonna do sort of in the meantime as sort of like stopgap things. Because it's only, I think this was only gonna take me to Wednesday, I guess. Yeah, I think I recorded 3 parts. And I want to try and upload every day this week because I want to give people the option of being like, do you want shorter daily videos or do you just want one big chunk video in the middle of the week? I suspect I know what the answer is because I know which one I prefer as a content consumer, but, you know, I like giving people the option. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, if you like this series or you want to see something else similar to this, and if you have, you know, game suggestions on stuff to kind of like see that you'd like to see me play or something like that. Yeah, let me know. I enjoy playing this kind of stuff, and I think this is fun. I mean, whatever kind of game you think would be interesting. Yeah, So thank you very much for joining me, guys, while I was playing Unheard, and I hope you enjoyed. All right, take it easy, everybody.